I'm hungry, boy. Oh shit, I'm on YouTube. I record. I didn't even know I was recording. My fault, y'all. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I'm so glad I don't live with my parents no more, cause now I can do this. You mess around and do that when you live with your parents, but they gonna come slap. All right, now they gonna slap the mess out your butt. I know you ain't put your mouth on my stuff in the fridge, and everybody else got a tray from that. I can do what I want. It's my house. Nah, I'm just playing. Y'all know I drink water. I just drank a little bit of ginger ale. Y'all know I was sick. But listen, y'all, let's get down to business. All jokes aside, let's go ahead and get down to business. You guys make sure y'all tune in for this video. This video is very, very, very important. So make sure you guys tune into this video. We're gonna have a lot of questions that we're gonna answer. So this video is gonna consist of a Q&A. I'm gonna answer a lot of questions, man. So the video is gonna be kind of long. So you guys just stay with me, follow with me. Make sure you follow me to the end. It'll be well worth it because all your bully questions and a lot of questions that you probably have that you haven't asked me or that you're wondering, they're gonna get answered. So just make sure you guys stay with me. Don't tune out through the video. I know this video gonna have a lot of ads in it, but just make sure you guys just stay with me. As you guys know, I got a lot of things in the making over here at CB Kennels. A lot of things is working. A lot of things I'm working on. I'm trying to build at CB Kennels. So won't be attending any shows anytime soon because, I'm just trying to get everything ready and get everything settled. So let me go ahead and start, man, because, I don't want to get too off track because I got a lot of questions. Not too many questions, but, I got a lot of questions. So I just want to make sure I get and hit on each and every individual question. To start off, you guys, I asked for all the questions on my Instagram. So if you want to be part of this, man, you got questions, man, you got to follow me on Instagram because if you follow me on Instagram, when I post on my story and I post on my feed, you'll be able to know, okay, boom, he finna do a Q&A video. Let me ask him the questions, you know what I'm saying? So just make sure you guys follow me on Instagram. I really would appreciate that. So this is the first question I'm going to get to. I actually was lost myself. I'm not going to lie to y'all. So I'm going to speak on this. So first question I got, when did I get Juice? Cool. So I look back at my paperwork and I look back at the guy that I bought Juice from, our messages. I bought Juice on April 18th, 2020. So I bought Juice last year in April. When I bought Juice, he was, I want to say about 7 months, 8 months. He was still a puppy, so that I didn't breed him off rip. Juice now is currently a year and 10 months old. Juice's birthday is September 2019. So this year, September, he'll be 2 years old. But you guys know he take a lot of, he don't take a lot of things. I got him on these sperm thing, these sperm vitamins that help with his semen and things like that. I really want to answer one more question that somebody commented on my last video. Somebody said, and it was a great question. I didn't even get insulted. It was a great question. Somebody said, why are you still giving Juice the vitamins for his semen if he's closed to the public? But you got to think about it. Juice got over 25 lock-ins, 30 lock-ins that he still got to fulfill. So why would I stop giving them to him if I'm still using him personally and he still got over 20, 25 lock-ins to fulfill in the future? So why would I stop giving it to him? You got to make sure you guys always think about things like that. I don't know if this camera look off to y'all. Maybe it's me. If the camera look bad, I apologize, you guys. So yeah, Juice is currently a year and 10 months old. Hennessy is a month older than Juice, so that gives you an idea how old Hennessy was. Okay, so I want to speak on joining the camp. Again, I spoke on this. I posted a video earlier on my Instagram about this. People that's interested in joining CB Kennels. I'm going to go ahead and go back to the Instagram post so that I can quote unquote it from my actual post. So here go the post right here on Instagram. I'm going to show it to you guys. That's the post. So in the post, this is what I said in the post. To answer all the DMs, because I've been getting a lot of DMs about joining CB Kennels. So to answer all the DMs about joining CB Kennels, it's $15K and it comes with everything. Me giving you one-on-one game to win. The ability to use any of my studs for cheap or dirt cheap, less to nothing. So I'm gonna give you an example. So let's say you join CB Kennels and Juice is closed to the public, but you're in my camp. I will let you use him because you're part of my camp. You get what I'm saying? When I say my stud is close to the public, he's close to the public, but he used within. So if you're in my camp, then you're in my camp, so you're able to use him. So let's say when he closed, his stud fee was at what, $3,500. So for you, instead of you paying $3,500, I might give it to you for $1,000, or I might give it to you for $700. You feel what I'm saying? It just depends on, you know what I'm saying, our relationship or the breeding of what we got worked out. And the price on my let me actually finish this and I'll speak on it. And cheap price on pups. But remember, it's still my organization. So every decision made goes through me. But you will be allowed to use my name and sell your pups, and I will help you. Okay. So with that being said, don't forget it's still my organization. So every business decision that's made, it has to come through me. Yes, I will have a written, notarized contract stating what we agreed on and how much you paid. Any of my expectation that's violated or, you know, not met, then you would get kicked out of my camp. Within reason, you know what I'm saying? I'm a very understanding guy, so I won't just kick you out for not listening, you know what I'm saying? Like, we'll have to discuss and we'll have to talk about it. But I'm gonna give you another example. Let's say, for example, you're in my camp. See, that's why it's good, you know what I'm saying? Let's say you're in my camp. And I got puppies going for, let's just say Abigail litter. Let's say they starting at 10K. Let's say it's a puppy in there you want for 15K. Just because you're in my camp, man, you can work out a deal. Well, I get a dog to you for $2,000, $2,500, just because you're in my camp. See what I'm saying? That's the benefit of joining my camp. Like, the prices everybody else get, you won't get because you're part of CB Kennels. Like, I might just co-own a dog. Well, I don't really do co-owns, so I wouldn't say co-owns. Not to speak on the co-owns I did in the past. Not saying they went bad. I just don't do. I'm just not big on co-owns. But you know, like I said, the dog 15K, I'll give it to you for 3K. You know what I'm saying? And we do like a pup back deal. You know, like I said, man, joining my camp, there's pros to it, man. You know what I'm saying? You will get treated. All of my clients and all of my customers get treated as family, because once you invest in CB Kennels, you're part of my family. But you'll be part of CB Kennels, like part of my name, and you're able to sell your dogs under my name. Like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Let's just say I got a guy who joined from Detroit, just throwing up a, you know what I'm saying, a state. You'll be, you know, CB Kennels Detroit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you can speak with me that, you know, that you know, I'll post your breedings on my you know, Instagram, on my YouTube thing. We're gonna push them breeders. We're gonna get your puppy sold. But the only thing about it, always remember, if you're interested in joining my camp, you gotta always be on my level. I know you're not gonna start on my level because everybody gotta start from the bottom, which I understand. But I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna tell you, like, I'm gonna come to you and be like, hey, I found this dog that'd be a great investment. I'll even go half and half with you on the dog. Let's say the dog's $6,000. Depending on the situation, I help you. I go half with you on the dog. I'm a very understanding guy, so I'm gonna help you win because you're part of my camp. I want people in my camp to win, so I'm gonna help you. We can go half on this dog, you know what I'm saying, or something like that. But it won't be no situation where you already got a dog in your backyard with no paperwork and you want to breed it with my stud and you want to sell it. Nah, I'm not doing all that. Everything that CB Kennels do is official. It's done the right way. It's done the correct way, and it's done, you know what I'm saying, everything's professional when it comes to CB Kennels. So before you even think about joining, if you think about joining CB Kennels, always remember, I'm a professional guy and this is my professional business. So everything's gonna be done professionally. All right, that's enough of that. So just make sure you guys follow me on my Instagram. I know you guys seen the new title, the new intro. The CB Kennels is on the intro. Okay, so let me go ahead and finish knocking these questions out. How much do I spend on vet bills? You know, man, it's so crazy because this is a big topic in the bully world right now. It just depends on your dog, man, because you might think, oh, I feel like people say, oh, owning micro bullies or owning exotic bullies is expensive vet bill. But in reality, if your dogs are very healthy and pretty healthy and you take care of them, it's not that expensive. Like, it's really not that expensive as people think it is. And you're speaking to a guy who actually is in the business, who actually does it. I have pretty much all my dogs are micro exotic. So, you know, I'm not speaking on something that I don't know about because I'm actually in this business. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, you know, with me having like 8 to 10 dogs, you know what I'm saying? I don't take my dogs to the vet every week. I mean, you don't have to take it, even besides outside of micro exotic bullies, you don't have to take your dog to the vet every day. Like, as long as your dog updating their shots, update on all their vaccination, update on everything. Your dog's in great health, and you take care, make sure your dog runs, gets sunlight, because it's always, remember, it's good for your dog to get sunlight, all that good stuff. It's all that is good for your dog. As long as your dog is in top shape, health, and you take care of your dog, you don't have to go to the vet. I would say, me personally, the only time my dogs go to the vet is when something's wrong with them, because other than that, my dog's in perfect health, because I make sure I feed my dogs correct. I make sure my dogs get the correct amount of exercise, the correct amount of sunlight. You know, I make sure my dogs are healthy. I make sure they're taken care of, all that. And that's all part of being a bully breeder, you know what I'm saying? But I can't really give a estimated, you know what I'm saying, value on how much my vet bills is, because like I said, it's not a lot if you don't take your dog to the vet often, because your dog's are already in top shelf. That's why, good example, before I purchase a dog, I make sure we go, like, let's say the dog I just bought. The dog I just purchased, like Abigail, we'll just speak on Abigail for a second. Before I purchased Abigail, or when I put my deposit down on Abigail, the guy was like, hey, I'm gonna go ahead and take her to the vet. And that lets you know that's an accountable breeder. He took her to the vet and FaceTime me, video chat me, and let me talk to the vet. And the vet, like I said in my previous videos, vets can never determine fertility. So that's one thing where you kind of gotta like just know what you're dealing with. You know what I'm saying? That's the ins and outs about buying a full-grown female. You might get a female dog who's good, you might not. But the breeder have to be a reputable breeder. You know what I'm saying? For you to even want to chance that. But like I said, Abigail, you know what I'm saying? I already knew he was a real guy. That was my first time buying from this guy, because I normally buy from the same people, but that was my first time buying from this guy. And I got much respect for him to even be like, hey, just to make you comfort and make you, you know what I'm saying? Because Abigail was on her third heat, and he hadn't bred her yet. So in my eyes, that threw up signs like, damn, her third heat, and you haven't bred her yet? What's really going on with her? And she's so bad, why are you selling her? But I understood why. He have a lot of females. So, you know what I'm saying? He got a lot of bad bitches in his camp. So, you know, and then think about it, you know what I'm saying? We got things worked out, so that way, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, there's just things that's worked out with that right there. So he just proved to me that he's a reputable guy, and he's respectable, and I can respect him and trust him. Because in this bully game, all you got is trust. All you got is your name and trust. You know what I'm saying? Once you mess up your name and your trust, it's all done, man. You know what I'm saying? So that's something you want to make sure you always professional about. And take care of your customers, man. When you know you messed up or something wrong, take care of them, man. Make sure you always take care of them. That's why my customers that purchased from me in the past, I don't delete your number and never talk to you again. Any of my customers can vouch for me. Y'all can comment down below. If you bought something from me, you can comment down below. When have you ever been able to not call me or not text me and ask me about something? And that's what's up with some of these breeders nowadays. They want to sell you a dog, and that shit, then they want to talk to you again. With me, and like I said, if you purchased a dog from me, go down below right now and comment. When have you ever been able to not call me or not text me about either a dog you purchased or any opinions that you want from me? Comment down below, y'all. Y'all comment down below. And I've sold a lot of dogs, so I know I'm gonna get a lot of comments of, you know, how they feel. But like I said, man, when you purchase from me, you invest in CB Kennels, man, you're part of my family, so you can always call me. I'm always have your number saved. So, you know, I'm gonna call them, do checkups. Hey, how the dog's doing? Can I get some videos? This, that, things like that. Next question. Why did I change dog food from Diamond? Because you guys know I was a big fan of Diamond to Pro Plan, and why did I stop raw diet? All right, so I changed from the Diamond because I noticed, like, one thing I did notice with the Diamond, not only did Diamond have recalls, but one thing I noticed about Diamond, my dogs were not eating their food like that. They were nibbling it. And some dogs gonna do that, you guys, because I know people be DMing me, asking me, oh man, why my dog eat all this food? You gotta understand, some dogs are gonna do that. Some dogs are not hungry right away, you know what I'm saying? So not all dogs are gonna eat all their food right away. Some gonna like you look at Abigail. Well, Abigail's pregnant, so I'm not even gonna speak on her. But some dogs don't eat their food right away, like Juice. When I put Juice food in his bowl, he don't eat right away. But best believe when I go out there at nighttime, his bowl is clean. He the type of dog, you know what I'm saying, he don't want to eat right away. So he'll eat, you know what I'm saying? He might eat the rest of his food at 3 o'clock. He might finish it. And then I got some dogs out there who, like Draco, he'll dig in and he'll eat it up right away as soon as he get in the cage. And then you got some female dogs, they won't eat none of it unless they're hungry and they just nibble at it. But like I said, it depends on the dog. But the reason why I switched from Pro Plan, from Diamond, because Diamond had recalls on it. Not only did they have recalls, they wasn't really eating it like that. Not only that, I noticed their feces, it was very watery, because Diamond has a lot of protein in it. Diamond has about 32 protein, but the Pro Plan only have like 26. So always remember, you guys, when you're trying to figure out what dog food you want to use, protein is always good. Too much protein is not good. Remember that. So when you getting these dog foods that got 30 protein, always look at the back, man, when you buying dog food. Don't just buy dog food because what you hear. Always do your research on your dog food, and just look at it and see what it contains inside the food. And that's going to tell you everything you need to know. But you also got to take into consideration, no soy, dog food with soy, because some dogs have allergies. It's a lot, man. It's just a lot, because some dogs have certain allergies. Some dogs have. I just found it good for me that the Pro Plan is very healthy. It's expensive now. Don't get me wrong. It's expensive. It's like $60 a bag, and I have to buy 4 or 5 bags at a time because I run through dog food a lot. But I find that all my dogs like it. I don't have to buy different bags of dog food because this dog don't like it and that dog like this and this dog like that. All of my dogs like it. It's very, very good in protein. It's not too high in protein. It contains all the vitamins, nutrients my dogs need, even my pregnant mothers. It contains everything. It contains folic acid. It contains all of that. Also, I give my dogs vitamins. The reason why I switched from raw meat back to kibble is because one thing about raw meat, man, you got to always remember, when you switch to raw meat, raw diet is raw meat, so it carries worms. So with that being said, you have to deworm your dog a lot when they're on raw diets. You have to deworm them a lot, because I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to tell you guys something else you probably didn't know. And I stood up because this shit is very exciting to me, because a lot of y'all are not going to know this shit, but you got to think about it. One thing you have to always remember in the bully game, when you have a female dog and she's about to go in heat, you want to make sure you deworm her before her heat cycle, like a month or two before. Don't wait till the last minute, because if you deworm her at the last minute, it'll mess up her heat cycle and she won't take. So that's some key advice to you guys. But when you with that raw food, it's worse, because if they're only eating raw, then you got to think about it. The chance of them having worms is even higher. So you have to stay on top of your females when it comes to them worms and that raw food. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not trying to down talk people that do raw, because raw is great. Raw is the best thing to do. Like, raw is the best thing to do. It's the healthiest thing to do. But it's also hard work. You have to make their food. If you look at some of my past videos when I was doing raw, you have to make their food every morning and every night. You have to make sure it's, it's clean. You have to make sure don't no fly, because like, you got to think about it, again, it's still raw meat. So if your dog's outside, wherever your dog's at, and you got these flies, the flies flying around their food, laying eggs, and now your dog's eating fly eggs, and like I said, you don't want all that, you know what I'm saying? But the flies are more accepted to be over the raw food than they are the kibble. Now, I'm not saying they don't be on the kibble, but they're more accepted to be on the raw food because it's raw meat, you know what I'm saying? They love anything raw or anything dead. So that's another reason why I switched, because I wasn't with the trying to deworm my dogs. See, I deworm my dogs maybe once every 3 or 4 months. But with that raw diet, you got to deworm them like twice a month. You have to 3 times a month sometimes. And that's every single dog. That's not this dog. That's every single dog. Because again, like I told you, if you want your dog's heat cycle to be on point, you got to make sure they're dewormed before they get in their heat cycle, because the puppies that get worms and they'll die. It's a long story behind that, man. Just make sure you're on top when you're doing these raw diets. But these raw diets is the best way to go. Your dogs will be more leaner. They'll be healthier. Not saying some of the kibbles are not healthy, but your dogs will look all around better. Their coat will be cleaner, more energy. They'll just be an overall around happier dog, and they're going to like it more, you know what I'm saying, because it's raw food. So that's enough on that. What's my favorite dog in the bully game? Man, when he DM'd me that question, man, I was like, man, I've never heard that before. I've never been asked that before. That's hard, man. Favorite dog in the bully game, man. I can't answer that. I'm gonna tell you why I can't answer that. Because I'm the type of guy, I look for different things in different dogs. And you're gonna understand that later on in the video when I speak on choosing your keeper puppy and all that good stuff. Because There's a lot of dogs out here that I can name, that I won't name, that has a lot of things that I like, but they also have things that I don't like. So no dog is gonna be perfect. But I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, man, you know, it's just something I don't want to speak on. I can't really answer because, like I said, there's a lot of dogs out here that I can say there's some top-notch dogs, but it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they also have flaws. So it's like, there's no perfect dog, but I mean, no dog is perfect, just like nobody's perfect. But it's just hard for me to really answer that, man, and just really know, you know what I'm saying? So I apologize for not being able to answer that question more direct. But there are a nice few dogs I can say I really, you know what I'm saying, really like Fort Knox. He's a nice dog, you know what I'm saying? He's a very nice dog. I locked into him because he's a very nice dog. So I definitely locked into Fort Knox. He's a great dog, you know what I'm saying? I think he's kind of leaning towards my vision of what I wanted a dog. He's not exactly there because, like I told you, every dog has flaws. Even my dogs have flaws. I mean, nobody dog is perfect, you know what I'm saying? But he's a nice dog. Then you got Stewie Griffin. He's a pretty nice dog too, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, there's a couple of nice dogs out here in the Bully Gang, man. Then you got that boy Juice. Juice so goddamn, he's so raw, but Juice got flaws, as always. Y'all know me, I'm a real dude. I'm gonna keep it real with y'all, you know what I'm saying? I ain't finna be one of these guys who's gonna cap for the internet. That's not me, you know what I'm saying? Juice got flaws. Juice not the perfect dog under the sun, but he's my son, you know what I'm saying? I love him, you know what I'm saying? And he's a great dog to me. But that's the reason why I wouldn't, you know what I'm saying? I created more studs so that I have a different variety of studs to use. I always remember that too, you guys. Okay. This one right here, I definitely had to speak on this because, like, I get so many DMs about this shit, yo. Okay. How to fill out the registration for the dogs. Let me get my book, and I'm gonna show you guys something really quick. Give me a second, you guys. Give me a second. All right, you guys, so I'm back. Listen, so this is my, my booklet with all my dog paperwork in it. As you guys can see, all my contracts, all my paperwork. You got to make sure you always keep one of these, man. I got I got my pen, got a lot of stamps because I mail off a lot of things, a lot of paperwork I mail off to my customers. A lot of paperwork. I got my binder because I write down all of my stud fees and all. I write all that stuff down, who I owe, you know what I'm saying? Puppies, everything, I write all that down. So make sure you guys always on point when it comes to that. Let me try to find some paperwork from an old dog. Because you guys always got to make sure, man, you don't want to be showing off. You guys don't want to be showing off your paperwork to people, man. Because if somebody steal your dog, just to let you guys know, they are out here stealing registration numbers for your dog. So try to, registration numbers for your dog like the social security number, man. So, like, you don't want to just be out here giving away your dog's registration numbers, man, because somebody can steal your dog. I had a guy a couple months back. He told me he wanted to buy Juice's registration number overseas and that I could make a lot of money off it. He said he would use his registration number for a murder dog that he have, and he would, off everything he sell off the dog, he'll give me a percentage of it. But that's not me. I'm not a cricket guy. I would never do that. I would never do anything cricket like that and sell my dog registration number. I'm not money hungry. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's Juice social security number. I'm not finna, sell his social security number. You know what I'm saying? That's just not right. All right, so let's just. I don't want to do that one. I'm gonna do an old paperwork. I'm gonna do something old. I'm not gonna do anything current that I have. I'm gonna do like old paperwork. I'll do something. Cool. Here we go. We'll do this one right here. This is an old pocket breeding I did. So you guys, it's simple, you guys. It's simple. It's very simple to fill out your registration, you guys. It's very simple. All of my dogs are registered with UKC. Some of my dogs are double registered with AKC and USBR. So, but mostly all my dogs are registered with UKC. So simple, you guys. What you're gonna want to do, just as simple as this. On the front, up here up top, where it says seller, the person that sold you the puppy is gonna put there, and they're gonna sign in there. They're gonna sign the date that they get that they sold you the dog. Down here, where it says step 2, The new registry, meaning the person that bought the dog and the person that the dog is going up under. So you want to fill out your information, put your name, your email address, your address, all that good stuff. Then step 3, you're going to put your dog's color, what color your dog is. Then step 4, you're going to put your dog name. So I'm going to tell you guys something that I didn't know that I learned. So if you look at my paperwork, all of my dogs, or most of my dogs say CB Kennel Juice or CB Kennels Hennessy or CB Kennels whatever. So that this step right here, step 4, is where you want to put that at. You don't have to do like me, but that's just something I think that's professional. So right here, you want to put CB Kennels Juice or whatever your kennel name is and then the dog's name. But there's limited space, so you guys just make sure you don't, you know what I'm saying, go overboard with it. But that's why most of my dogs are CB Kennels, my dog name. And then after you finish with that, you're gonna go to the back. Then you just on the back, you just select what generation. You just select what generation you want. Normal people, man, you know, some people want to go 7 generations back, which is so the generation goes by how far back you want to go with the pedigree wise. Then the year of the dog plays a part too, because it's cheaper for dogs under a year. Under a year is between $25 to $60. But dogs over a year, it's between $50 to $100. So try to make sure you guys send off your paperwork within a manly time, so that way you're not paying more because your dog's over a year. Me, I don't really care. Like I'll pay extra money. I don't really care. You know what I'm saying? I send off whenever I'm ready to send it off. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just me though. But normally we go back 3 generations, which is the top one, which is if your dog's under a year, it's $24. If your dog's over a year, it's $50. But, you know, like I said, you want to be sedity and go back 7 generations. You know what I'm saying? That's up to you. But we normally don't go back that far. And then after that, you're going to do how you want to do it. You can do regular service, which is free, you know, regular service whenever they get done to it. If you go that route, but your ass going to be waiting probably 6, 7, 8, 9 months. UKC is backed up right now. So, like, me personally, I normally do rush services. So I normally get my paperwork back, like, as soon as possible, but not counting the times where I messed up on the paperwork and didn't fill some out right, and it took them 3 or 4 months, even though I paid for, because to get rush, you know, expedite services, you got to pay for it. But there's been times where I sent my paperwork, man, and I filled something out wrong, and I had to wait 3 or 4 months, and I had to call them. One thing about UKC, they will not call you, boy. They will not. And everybody that knows about UKC, they know they will not call you. If you messed up some of your paperwork, they will not call you, boy. You'll be sitting there like, yo, where my paperwork at? I paid for this expedite services and I still ain't got my shit. Like, what's going on? But they won't call you, bro. They will email you, but they won't. So make sure you put the correct email, because they will not call you. So always remember that. So that's that. The next question is going to be it's going to be like a part question 2 of that same thing. All right, so how does it work with one parent being registered, or how to get paperwork if your dog don't have paperwork? Listen, you guys. Listen, this is all I'm gonna say. I'm not trying to hurt nobody's feelings. I'm not trying to insult nobody. None of that. Listen, I'm just being real, bro. Like, if you don't like the real, get off my channel, because I'm a real dude and I'm gonna give you real advice. Whether it hurt your feelings, whether you don't like it, whatever, I'm gonna give you real advice, and that's just me, bro. How you trying to be a bully breeder and you out here buying bullshit? But I'm not even gonna say bullshit ass dogs. You out here buying dogs that's not registered, or you trying to be a bully breeder and you trying to breed your dog in your backyard that your mama had 20 years that with no paperwork and all that, and you trying to start a camp off that. Bro, do it the correct way. Listen, not everybody is able to afford to buy a new dog. But listen, if that's the case and you got a dog in your backyard and you trying to start with that, and you know you got paperwork, don't be out here trying to sell those dogs for $2,500, $100,000. Come on, bro. They're not worth that, man. Sell the dogs accordingly for what they're worth. Please always remember that. I know you sell for what you think it's worth, but be reasonable, be understanding. You got a dog in your backyard, even if it is a bully, or if it's a pit bull, bro, sell your dogs accordingly, man. Like, if they're not registered, they're not really worth no money because they're not registered. I mean, they're worth, you know, you can get a little money off them, but don't try to overdo it, man. Now you're just killing the game. You know what I'm saying? Like, my advice to you is, If your dog don't got paperwork, don't start with that dog. Go purchase you a nice quality dog with paperwork, where both parents have paperwork. So you can just buy your dog, register your dog, buy you a female, male, whatever you want to do. Find your stud feed to breed with your female, or breed, stud your male out and do a pup back deal. And then you got yours. Now you starting off. That's the correct way to do it to me. Don't be out here trying to start with dogs that have no paperwork, man. Do it the correct way. Buy dogs that has paperwork. You know what I'm saying? And it all plays a part of finding a reputable breeder, because some of these breeders, man, it's a lot of ways, man. It's a lot of things going on here in the bully game, man. You got guys putting fake paperwork on certain dogs that don't have paperwork, and they're putting fake paperwork on them, or they stealing paperwork and they're stealing UKC numbers, and it's a lot, man. So just make sure everything's legit when you're dealing with these bully breeds out here. Next question. How do you get a health certificate? Simple. All you do, call up a vet, take your litter, take your dog, whatever, tell them, hey, it's best to do it when you get a puppy. But hey, I want to get health certificates on my dog. All they're gonna do, you take your puppy, you guys can see on my last video, on one of my last videos, when I get health certificate on my puppy, all they're gonna do, they're gonna check your dog's nut sack if it's a male, check your dog's vagina if it's a female, make sure they have both testicles. They're gonna give your dogs all the shots that their dog need. They're gonna test your dog's health, test your dog's joints, make sure that all the joints are, workable and how they need to be. They're gonna test everything on your dog. They're gonna run tests. They're gonna make sure your dog don't have worms. They're gonna draw blood. And that's pretty much all you need when it comes to health certificate wise. So that's why when I sell my puppies with health certificates, that lets you know that this dog has been professionally checked, joint wise, testicle wise, vagina wise, health wise, intestine wise, everything wise, and has been given all its shots to assure you that you're not getting a dog that's gonna die in 5 days. You know what I'm saying? But all of my work and all of my puppies are guaranteed. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I do it the professional way. But it's simple. Just call up a vet that's in the area where you live and just ask them to do health certificate on puppies. Simple as that. Cats or whatever. It don't matter. Somebody said, this is a great question too. Can I get a bully structure like a Frenchie? Yes, you can. There's dogs out here that's like that. I know a couple guys and listen, the thing about that is, man, it comes with a lot of hard work, man. It comes with having to breed a bully to a Frenchie and then breeding it back to, it's a lot of work when it comes to that, man. But like me personally, I would never do that, because that's mixing breeds. That's mixing a bully with a Frenchie. And we all know some of these bullies out here are already mixed with a lot of things. But that's where you get some of these bullies out here, the exotic and micro ones, have health problems. We all know that. That's nothing new. But when you go to doing things like breeding it with a Frenchie and shit like that, that's when you go to getting real health problems, like more health problems. Like it already might have health problems. That's not bad and it's manageable, and your dog can still live to be 10 years old. You know what I'm saying? I know bullies doesn't live to be 10 years old, 15 years old. That's another question I want to speak on. How long can bullies live? Bullies can live to be 10 years old. Like they can live to be. I know a guy right now who got a bully, a micro exotic bully too. He's what, 7, 8 years old. Like they can live to be pretty good. It just depends on how you take care of your dog. But again, like I said, man, you can do it. But the thing about it is, man, that's when you bring in more health problems. You got a lot of health problems that come behind. That's when you get. Because I'm trying to breed out of the kink tail. But I don't really care for kink tail. I don't really care for my dogs having kink tail. And I'm going to explain to you what I mean by that. That's why I'm buying females with full tails. Because let's say I take my females with full tails to juice. I'm going to get, same thing with Sophie Litter. I'm going to get half that got tails, half that don't. Some people don't care about kink tails. Me personally, I don't care about kink tails. Like I'll buy a nice dog that doesn't have a tail. Like I don't care about that. Like I'm cool with that. I'm not tripping on that. Like that's not a necessity. I just want to make sure that dog is in great health, great shape, has been taken care of, don't have a high rear, and just happy. The dog is happy. So to cap that question off, man, yes, it's possible. You just gotta, you know what I'm saying, just be careful, man. You don't mess up the bloodline, man, because that will happen. And then that's where you get to the point where your dog's only living to be 2 years old, 3 years old, because you just messing up the bloodline. How do you deal with fleas and ticks? Man, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know how you get fleas tick in your kennel. If you do, I don't know. The guy that asked me that question, I'm not for sure. I'm not trying to, be disrespectful or nothing, because I respect everybody. Everybody deserves respect. But my dogs, personally, none of my dogs have fleas and ticks. And my dogs be in the backyard. So I'm not even going to sit and be like, oh, my dogs are sedity because they don't be in the yard. My dogs go in the grass and they run around. All of my dogs. But that's either one or two things. Maybe you got some dogs that's in your backyard that already had ticks. Sorry about that, y'all. They either had ticks or had fleas, or your yard is infested with ticks or fleas. It's possible for you to move to a house or move somewhere where it's infested with ticks or fleas, and your dog not to have ticks or fleas, and your dogs to get it from the ground. It's possible. So again, you guys want to make sure you treat your grass. That's why I treat my grass for ants, worms, everything. Make sure you guys treat your grass. When you cut your grass, spray your grass, treat it. That way your dogs are healthy, man. Your dog's not picking up things off the ground. That's another reason why I say pick up your feces, because that carries a lot of germs too that will soak it. When it rains, it'll seep into the ground, and it'll cause a lot of bacterial that your dogs can catch and die. So with the fleas and ticks, man, just make sure you treat your grass. And you can take your dogs to the vet, and they can give your dogs they can give your dogs a flea and tick shot that lasts up to, don't quote me on this, it might be a year or 6 months, where it kills the fleas and ticks. And then you got stuff that you can purchase from the vet that also help you with flea and ticks. So give me 1 second, guys. Sorry, you guys. I appreciate the ones that's gonna say thank you. So next question. When is a good time to lock in my pockets? Me personally, I just got rid of my pocket female, so I won't be taking no deposits for no pocket dogs just yet until I get my female pocket. She's been confirmed. Then I'll take litters. Then I'll take deposits. But I just recently changed my camp to the point where I don't know if I said this on Instagram. See, that's why you guys gotta follow me on Instagram so you can know this. But I just changed my camp to where before the last 2 litters I had, I was taking deposits when I confirmed the female. I will no longer be doing that anymore. I'm changing it now to where you cannot lock in a pup. I will not take any lock-ins until the pups are 2 weeks of age. So if Abigail took, hopefully she did, which I will find out tomorrow. What I'll do is I'll take her lock-ins on her puppies when her pups are born and they're healthy and they're 2 weeks of age. Maybe 3, I don't know, I haven't decided yet, but 3 weeks of age, 2 weeks of age, I feel like it's a comfortable age for me to be like, okay, cool. I know what I want to keep. I know what I want to get rid of. So, again, so same thing with the pockets. I won't be taking any deposits until I actually get my pockets here. They're born, they're 2 weeks of age. Numbers when it comes to surgical or when it comes to AIs. I spoke on this in a previous video not too long ago. So if you guys want a lot of insight, you guys can listen to what I'm about to say now and refer back to that video when I bought my chocolate female, because I spoke on it in that video, the chocolate female. So refer back to that one and listen to this. So there's 2 different progesterone machines. Always remember that. There's 2 different machines and you got different dogs. So me personally, I'm just being honest. I would rather get 6 or 7 progesterone tests just to be on point when it comes to breeding my dog than trying to guesstimate. Like, okay, she been bleeding for 4 days. Because a lot of these breeders out here, they'll be like, oh, wait 4 days of bleeding, then do this, then do that. Me personally, I don't do that shit. I'm not trying to miss no heat cycles. So me, first day I see blood, I wait a day, maybe 2. I'm going to get a progesterone test. I don't care if she's at 2. I don't care. I want to know where she's at. I want to know what's going on so I'm aware and I know, I'm going to take the steps. Like I said, it just depends, man. Because with Abigail, I did 4 progesterone tests. Like I said, man, I want to make sure I'm on point. Normally, when you do your surgicals, the test I use, the machine that I use, I think is the IDEX that my guy uses. I try to stay with people that has the same machine. So, because I have a chart in my phone that tells you, the levels of when to do it, all that good stuff. So if you haven't gotten the chart, make sure you when you go to the person or wherever you get your PG test done at, see if they have the chart to the AIs and all that, and if they see if they can give it to you so it can help you out knowing what numbers to use and what numbers to do, you know what I'm saying, do things on. But normally, me personally and my guy, when we normally do surgicals, we want to go when your dog is at like 17 using the IDEX machine. We want to go between the 17 and 20. That's normally when we do it. That's when I did it with Hennessy. Hennessy was at a 17 that Hennessy took. Abigail was at a 17 when I took her. So you want to stay in the 17. You want to do AIs. After you notice that they're at a 5, after you took them and they're at a 5, you want to wait a day, and then the next day, that's when you want to start doing AIs. Listen, I'm going to give you guys some great information here. I don't know why everybody been saying do a day, skip a day, do a day, skip a day. Listen, I've had bad results doing that. Me personally, I do all my breedings back to back. So good example, when I breed Jews to my chocolate female, my AIs are going to be back to back. It's going to be today, tomorrow, the next day, and that's just me. I've had a lot better results on doing them back to back than skipping days with Sophie. When I did Sophie, I only got one. I guesstimated on Sophie's, and I guesstimated correct. But I did Sophie. I did 4 breedings. So what I did was I did 3 back to back. Like I did I don't know the day specific, but I'm just throwing up days. I did like Tuesday, Wednesday. I did Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I skipped Friday and did Saturday. And she had a litter of 7. So, obviously I'm doing something right. But you just want to make sure you look at tutorials on how to do these AIs too, so you can make sure you're doing the AIs right, because you have to make sure you're doing the AIs right. You can't go in too far. You can't go in not enough. You got to make sure you're going in with these AI tubes the right way, and make sure your AI tubes that you inserting her with are clean. Make sure your bags that you're collecting the semen with are clean. Make sure you're letting these boy dogs, these studs, pee before you collect their semen to go inside your female, because urine will kill your sperm. Let's say you're collecting your male dog, your male stud, and he get a little pee inside that semen, it'll kill that semen. So you want to make sure blood is okay. Just make sure there's not a lot of blood. Blood is okay. Just make sure it's not a lot, but just make sure you don't have urine. Make sure you let that stud that you either pay for a stud fee or using your stud, make sure he has pee before you collect his semen, because pee will kill it. And just make sure your female, if she's been dewormed and she's in healthy state, and you should have a good healthy breeding. Next question. How was I when I started? How long did it take me to get where I'm at? Okay, so that's a tricky question, because listen, one day I'm gonna do a documentary. When I get bigger in YouTube, I'm gonna do a documentary on my life, where I grew up. I'm gonna show where I grew up. I'm gonna show all the hoods that I lived in. I'm gonna show, my family. I'm gonna show my family. I'm gonna show all that. But my mom can tell you, man, I've been dealing with animals since I was young, man. Rabbits, hamsters, dogs, guinea pigs, turtles, man, cat, everything. Well, not really cats. I'm not a cat person. Everything you can really deal with, man, I've brought it home. Because I was one of those kids. I've never been a video game type kid. I was one of those adventurous kids. Like when I was in between 6 years old to 13, I was one of those kids that used to be in the rain, in the forest or in the woods, hunting and shooting that stuff with pellet guns, or finding new animals and bringing them home and capturing things. I've always been like an animal guru, you know what I'm saying? So that's always been, I knew that was always gonna be my path animal wise, because I just knew I had a different vibe when it came to animals. I loved it, man. It's just my heart. If I would have really went to college, I went to college, but if I would have really took college serious and graduated college, I probably would have wanted to be a veterinarian, because I just love animals, you know what I'm saying? So, me starting my dog, man, I always wanted a dog kennel ever since I was young. The only thing about it, living with my parents, hey, listen, and I know my mom and dad watch these videos, but listen, one thing about living with my parents, dogs in the house, they do not allow it. My parents do not allow dogs in the house. That's just always been a pet peeve for them. They just do not allow animals in the house. They feel like it's unsanitary. And I respect the decision of my parents, you know what I'm saying? I don't pay bills, so I got to respect you guys, you know what I'm saying? I respect y'all for that to the utmost, and I love you guys. I love you, mom and dad, you know what I'm saying? For raising me to be the man I am. Even through our ups and downs, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, one thing about them two, animals in the house, dogs in the house, they will not allow it. That's why I was glad when I grew up and so I can really say I really started my dream of breeding bullies when I moved into my first apartment, which I was right now I'm 25 years old. So I moved into my first apartment at 18. I moved to my first apartment when I was 18 years old. And that's when I was like, man, I want to take this bully thing serious, man. Like, I really want to take it serious. But I remember you guys, I told you I was, for like a year, I'm going to be honest with you guys. For like a year of me being in the bully game at 18, I was buying dogs, getting rid of them, buying dogs, getting rid of them, buying dogs, getting rid of them, buying dogs, for like 2 years. For like 2 years, I was buying dogs because I'm going to tell you guys why. I was buying these dogs where the dad looked good, but the mom didn't, or the mom looked good and the dad didn't. And like, I was just not learning that, bro. You have to buy dogs that both parents look good. Like, still to this day, people DM me, oh man, how you like this puppy, man? Look at this, the daddy. What the mom look like? Oh, this the mom. What the dad look like? Man, you gotta buy dogs that both parents look amazing to you to get an amazing dog. And I wasn't understanding this. And it's like, I tell guys not to DM me this, but they take it as insult. But I'm just trying to help you so you don't go down the path that I went through. You know what I'm saying? But so like for 2 years, so that lead me to 20, you know, I'm 20 years old. Again, I'm still in my first apartment because I lived there for 2 years. No, I actually lived there for a year. So I'm in my first apartment, you know what I'm saying? I'm buying dogs. I'm like, man, this ain't working, man. So boom, moved into my second apartment. Moved to my second apartment, I was like 22, 23. I was like 22. I started to get better at buying certain dogs, but I still was kind of like iffy. Then when I turned 23, that's when I turned 23, that's when I bought Draco's mom. And I was like, man, I really like this female dog, man. She's different. And that's when I was like, you know what? I'll bring her to something nice. That's when I started to realize the class of bullies, pockets, you know what I'm saying, micros, exotics, all that. Cause I'm gonna be honest with you, it's so crazy because I always told myself those micros, exotics, them shit is ugly. I'm not messing with those. Draco's my type of dog. And then like my boy got one. He know who I'm talking about. My boy got one. I went to his house and I was like, yo, these fire. Like I like these. Like, you know, these fire. I like these. So they like, you know what I'm saying? Him buying his micro made me wanna like merge into the micro game, man. I was like, okay, I'm feeling this, you know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna be honest, I've been happy ever since that. But I breed multiple. I breed micro, Frenchies, and pocket. Eventually, I'm gonna speak on that later in the video. Next question. Oh, how long did it take me to get to where I'm at? Honestly, man, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I lost so much money in the bully game when I first started. I lost thousands of dollars. I don't mean 1 or 2, 3,000, bro. I lost. Honestly, hands down, not even trying to be, you know what I'm saying, trying to be outrageous. I want to say I lost at least about 25, 30 grand just in the bully game when I first started. Just buying dogs for $2,000, buying dogs for $2,500, and just getting rid of them for free. Just giving people like, oh, I don't want it. I spent 2-3 bands, but I don't want it. Like, just giving it away. And until I really decided what I really want, I really understood the bully game. So it took me about, honestly, man, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I haven't started seeing money from the bully game until just now, to be honest with you. A couple months ago, about 8 months ago, when I got my first litter with Sophie. Cause I haven't had a litter, before Sophie. I had a litter in 2 years. So with me getting that litter, then dropping the Hennis litter and me dropping these fire litters, man, it just, I made a lot of money from, but I wouldn't really say, listen, and when I'm speaking on dog money. I have multiple streams of income. You guys know this. I don't just rely on dog money. I have like 4 strands of income right now currently. So I'm not going to say I was broke, but when I started seeing dog money has been like 6 months ago. And the dog money, it's been very well for me, but including my multiple strands of incomes. Like I told you guys, I always want to have kids. You always want to make sure you got multiple strands of income. That's the way to be successful in life. And I'm gonna teach my daughters that. You guys know I have daughters, and my daughters are gonna be very intelligent. They're gonna be very smart because I'm gonna make sure I let them know. I'm gonna make sure I install that in them. Listen, invest, credit. Credit is always, make sure you got good credit. Make sure you take care of your credit. Make sure you save your money. Make sure you invest. Make sure you just take care of your life young, so that when you get older, you're not trying to run around like, oh, I done messed everything up. Now I gotta fix it. make sure you take care of that thing, you guys. Credit is important. Credit, like I said, investing, saving money. Those are 3 steps. Those are important. Next question. How long after the surgical will a female be ready for a C-section? Okay, so normally if the C-section is done on a certain day. So I'm gonna give you guys an example. Abigail's C-section was done on the 16th of last month. So that means last month we're in July. So that was June 16th. So that means June, July, August. So that means August 16th, it will be the due date for her litter to be dropped. But that's ideally because it's 60 days they're pregnant. But it can change depending on the female, because Hennessy went into labor early. Hennessy, I think we did her surgical on like the 14th. Hennessy went into labor on 11th, 2 months later. On 11th, so it depends. And I didn't even know she was going to labor, but I just started to see green stuff come out of her. And you know the green stuff is from the sac. So that's why, but me being a bully breeder, I knew like, oh, this ain't, you know what I'm saying? And I asked my vet, I was like, hey, is this like, is it ready? Is it okay for her to come in early, even though it's not 6 days? Dogs can go as early as 57 days, 58 days, up to 63 days. That's healthy for them to have, you know what I'm saying, C-sections. From 58 to 62, that's healthy for them to have C-sections. So you want to, like I said, 60 days from the day you did the surgical. But like I said, realistically, what you want to do is you want to check their temperature. Get your thermometer. I have 3 or 4 of them in the garage for my dogs when they go, you know what I'm saying? When their temperature drop to a certain degree, you want to go ahead and take them in for surgical. So when they get close to that due date, like a week into it, you want to make sure you keep an eye on your dog. Me personally, I sleep with my dogs at when they getting close to that surgery, you know, pregnant to C-section, so I can keep my eyes on them, because you don't want them to go in labor or, you know, go in labor early and a puppy gets stuck and the whole litter die or she died. Man, there's a lot of things you don't want to deal with. So 58 days to 62. Next question, you guys. What weeks do you sell your pups? You're supposed to keep your pups for 8 weeks. And it's so crazy because I've had a couple bad comments about me let my pups go early. See, but the thing about it is, what you guys got to understand, you don't want to let your pups go under 8 weeks. But one thing about me, you got to understand, I did a couple pup back deals. So with that being said, I'm not saying pup back deals change the rules, but I'm saying I've let, I want to say, 2 pups go early. One at 6 weeks, one at 7 weeks. The reason why is because I did a pup back deal with Sophie, the guy that I bought her from. So he's a bully breeder. I bought many dogs from him, so he knows what he knows what he's doing. Technically, when I'm gonna be honest with you guys, and I'm just give you guys some real ass advice. Technically, when your puppy 5 weeks old, technically, long as they have all their shots and health certificates and everything, your puppy can go home. Technically, they just want to keep them for them 3 weeks to be sure they're okay. But if your dog is healthy and you know what you're doing, technically, like, it's okay to let them go. But I'm not gonna condone and telling you, hey, let your pups go at 5 weeks, because it's technically 8 weeks. You want to wait 8 weeks. But I let those 2 pups go because, like I said, you know, I can't tell him no. I'm not like, bro, like, he knows about dogs. He got incubators and everything, so he know how to take care of his dogs. So I let the dog go at 6 weeks. All right, bro, you got it. You know how to take care of your dogs. The other one I let go at 7 weeks. That situation was different because that guy was out of state, far out of state, and he was down, and he wanted to get his puppy early since he was already down in Florida. So we worked something out, and his puppy already had health certificate and everything. So that was already taken care of. So normally it's 8 weeks of age. But when I'm gonna tell y'all the same thing I tell myself, like, you know, my everybody else. This is my camp. If I want to let my dogs go at 6 weeks, that's up to me. I'm gonna let them go at 6 weeks. That's up to me. I don't care about what Mike gotta say, what Joe gotta say, what Trina gotta say, what Kim gotta say. I don't care about none of that. This is my camp. I run my camp the way I want to. I invested my money. So your opinion does not matter because you haven't invested a dollar into nothing that I've created. So I don't care. So next thing. Favorite litter I've dropped. Favorite litter by far that I've dropped, honestly, I would say Sophie litter. And the reason being because it was an in-house litter with my stud, Juice, and he threw me, you know, that was Juice's first litter. No, that was not Juice's first litter. That was Juice third litter he dropped. Oh, I know you guys probably wondering because I posted on my Instagram Juice's Productions on my page. Listen, there's gonna be a female in there that was brindle that looked like Sophie that had 4 puppies. One was white and a couple of them was black. That is not Sophie. That's not Sophie. I bred Juice with somebody bought a Juice stud feed that had a female that looks just like Sophie, but it was not Sophie. And she had 4 puppies. I think she had a white, a chocolate, and 2 blacks. That's not Sophie. So for that litter, that was a guy that bred with Juice. And those, I gotta ask him for videos of those puppies now currently. I heard those dogs look very fine, man. I heard those dogs, they look very fine. So I'm gonna try to get you guys an update on those puppies. But Sophie by far, man, litter is the best that I really can say, man, cause she threw me everything. Sophie threw me Blue Tri. Juice threw me, like Juice and Sophie together, their pedigrees. It's not just one dog. You guys always gotta remember this, man. It's not just one dog when you depending on color, man. It's both dogs. Juice and Sophie together threw me. I know y'all was shocked. Oh my God, you know what I'm saying? 2 brindles throwing colors like this, Blue Tri, lilac, chocolate. Man, everything, bro. It's all about knowing your pedigrees, knowing, you know what I'm saying, knowing your generations. But by far, I would say Sophie's. And this litter, I loved it, but it wasn't like Sophie's litter. How to stop a female bully from being aggressive. Man, listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. That's something that's very hard because that's gonna take months of training, and it just depends on the female. Good example. Trixie, I got rid of Trixie because, man, Trixie was one of those dogs, man. When you got some dogs that like naturally aggressive, that means they're naturally a dominant dog. When you got dogs that are naturally dominant, man, it's hard to get that out of them because that's just them. Those type of dogs don't need to be around other female dogs. Some dogs don't need, like some females, they still aggressive. They don't need to be around other boy dogs. Those type of dogs are better to be pet homes where like it's only one dog, family that only owns one dog, because that aggressiveness is not going to stop because that's just in them. But if it's not too bad, there's ways of, stopping it, but it's just going to take months of training. All right, one of my last couple questions. Will I ever breed XLs? Yes. Listen, you guys, again, I said this on my Instagram a couple days ago. I'm in the process of trying to buy me a bigger house. Like, I'm talking about big with like 10 acres of land, 10 acres of land. So when I get my bigger house, I'm gonna own like a little miniature farm. So I'm gonna have a lot more content for you guys. I'm gonna have a lot more content for you guys when it comes animal wise. It's gonna be more than just dog. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the YouTuber, the Real Tarzan, how he got a lot of different animals. I'm not trying to be like him because I'm always trying to be myself. But when I get my land and I get my bigger house, I'm gonna get XL bullies. I'm gonna get a lot more bullies. I'm gonna get some goats. I'm gonna own like a mini farm. I'm gonna have pigs. I'm gonna have I'm trying to get me some finger monkeys. I'm trying to get a lot of things, man, because like, again, I'm an animal lover and I love animals. So I've always been an animal lover. So I'm definitely working on that when I get my bigger establishment where I can build cause my whole goal is to build for my dogs, is to build in the back. I want to build like a big old building about the size of a house, a facility. That's what I want to build, a facility. Size of a house. Like, you know how you go to like the SPA shelters and they got like where you walk through and they got cages. That's what I want to build for my dogs. A facility where, you know what I'm saying, it's like the size of a house, maybe 2,000-3,000 square foot, where I can fit maybe $20, $30, you know what I'm saying, something like that. But I won't do all that until I purchase my big house with all my land. And that's going to be a lot of content for you guys. So I know you guys are very excited for that. I'm very excited to get you guys that content. Last couple questions before I tune out, you guys. What is the goal for CB Kennels and what does it look like in the future? What direction for my company? Man, I just want to, listen, I'm in the bully game, bro, just to create that very, very like vision of dog that I've always wanted and I've always thought of. Once I get to that point, man, I've did what I wanted. Like, once I've gotten there and I've created what I really always wanted and always loved, I'm not gonna say I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna always breed dogs because it's just something I love to do. But that's what it's leaning towards. We're leaning towards expanding. We're gonna have a clothing brand. We're gonna have, we're trying to open up a lot of establishment under CB Kennel's name. So a lot more to come. Websites, all type of things. So a lot more to come with that. Next question. My thoughts on co-owning. Me personally, I've co-owned a few dogs in my past. Do I like it? No. Would I ever co-own another dog? I won't say no, but it depends on the situation. But if I can try to avoid it, will I? Yes, I'm gonna try to avoid co-owning dogs. I don't like co-own, especially out of state co-owning, because think about it. Let's say I co-own one of my dogs out of state. How do I know you're gonna treat my dog how I treat my dog? How do I know you're gonna take care of my dog? I'm gonna take care of my dog, and that's something I don't want to deal with. So co-own, I try to stay away from. What advice do I have for somebody purchasing their first bully? Listen, buy your dog with paperwork. Both of the parents are registered. Buy a quality bull of what your vision is and what you're trying to breed for, not the people. How do you determine your keepers of the litter? Me, it depends on what I feel like I lack in my litter. Whatever I'm not in my litter, whatever I'm lacking in my camp. So whatever I'm lacking in my camp is what I'm going to be trying to be looking for in my keeper, whatever I'm lacking. How do you determine the price of your litters, and what do you do if puppies don't sell? I can really say I've been blessed that all of my puppies have sold. And it has a lot to do with who I am, my name, and me building my brand. So you want to make sure you try to build your brand as best you can, man, so that your puppies do sell. But one thing I can say, man, quality is going to sell itself. There's no question, no ifs, ands, buts about it. You got quality dogs, but they're going to sell themselves. They're going to sell. There's no question about it. Price of your pups are determined, man. Determines on, like I said in one of my previous videos, it just depends on if I had to pay for a stud fee, or if I use my stud, what the parents look like, what the pedigrees look like, just a whole bunch of, like, my most expensive litter is going to be Abigail, and the reason being because Abigail is she's like a different level of bully. Like, she's my vision when I think of a female bully, like neck, muscle, girth, big old. So that litter is going to be a lot more than Hennessy's litter. Not over the price. I'm not selling my dog for $30K. I'm not saying if somebody offered me $30K for my dog, I won't take it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to get the big head or try to lie to you guys. Like, oh, my fault, you guys. Oh, I'm not going to sell my dog for $30K because, bro, that's stupid. It's still a business, bro. I'm here to make money. But if I have a dog and a dog worth $30K, then I want $30K. You know what I'm saying? But, like, this litter is starting at $10,000 and going up from there. Let me see. What should you do if your female don't take after 3 breedings? After breeding her 3 times, and they all result in false pregnancies. Honestly, man, there's something wrong with that female, man. I'll rehome her to a. It depends on what you're trying to do. Like, you can keep her and keep her as your pet, or give her away to a pet home or sell to a pet home. I wouldn't keep taking her through that because it's a reason. You know, some dogs, man, are like women, man. Some dogs their body can't take being pregnant. You know what I'm saying? Some dogs it just doesn't work. So with that being said, I would stop trying, man. I would just pet home her, keep her as my pet, and just try to buy a different dog and start over again. His other question was, would you breed a female with a kink tail to a 5K stud? Yes, most definitely. Again, like I said earlier in the video, I don't care about kink tail. That doesn't matter to me. I'm cool with kink tails. I'm perfectly fine with that. Let me see. How did you find your full-grown female? Tips before buying. Like I said, you guys, a lot of the breeders I buy from, I've bought from in the past, so I know them on a personal level. So that's how I find my full-grown females. Tips on that: make sure you can read the breeder, man, that you're buying a dog from. Make sure they're genuine. Like how when I bought Abigail, the guy was like, "I'll take her to the vet to show you she's okay." That's a good sign. Let you know he's a trustworthy guy. And you just want to make sure, you know what I'm saying, you take your dog to the vet. They can't test for fertility, man. That's something you just kind of gotta, you gotta talk to the breeder that you're buying the dog from and see what he says. See if you can catch him in a lie, whatever the case is, and go from there. How many strands of income do I have? I have 4 incomes. He said, can I tell my strands of income? no, I won't tell him all my streams of income. I will give a few streams of my income. Dog money, what I sell my bullies for. YouTube money. I have a couple things that I've invested in that I get income from, and that's 3 of them. I won't speak on anything else. I just don't want to give all of my income. My net worth, I will not speak on. I don't feel like nobody need to know that. Oh, this is a great question. I like this question. I had to speak on this. I may have to make sure I found this question. If you would ever do another Merle breeding, your thoughts on it, because you stated you won't. Which Merle would you go to, including the Merle that you've already bred to? I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Me breeding a Merle bully, that's dead. One Merle a Merle breeding that I will do is a Frenchie. I will do a Frenchie Merle breeding. I'm thinking about it. I'm actually thinking about taking Riri. Sorry, you guys. I'm having a brain fart, man. I got a lot of things going on in my mind right now. Riri. I'm thinking about taking Riri to a Merle Frenchie or a Tri Frenchie. Those are the only 2 Frenchies Riri go to that compliment her, because y'all know she's blue tri. So it has to either be a Tri Frenchie or a Merle Frenchie. You guys comment down below what y'all think. I got two studs in line, a Merle Frenchie and a blue Tri Frenchie. So you guys comment down below what y'all think. What y'all want? What y'all gonna pay for? Merle Frenchie, blue Tri Frenchie. If your male and female grew up together, what is the possibility they won't mate? I'm down with you, bro. No disrespect. I don't know what the hell you trying to ask me, because that don't make sense. I mean, that's just like saying John Doe and Star, if they grow up together, man, she still is a female with a vagina that's going to have a heat cycle, and he still has testicles with balls with a penis. So when they get older, and if things go how it need to, and she's in heat, she's going to back that thing up to him, and they going to have puppies, just so you know. But that was just a little joke, you guys. But that's the end of the video, you guys. I love you guys. We at 30K, on our way to 50K, then 100K, then a mil. I love you guys. You guys leave a thumbs up. Any questions, concerns, leave your negative comments, positive comments. As I always say, leave. Put everybody on my videos, man. I love you guys, man. Let's make this thing big, man. Put everybody on my videos. Put your mom on it, your daddy on it, cousin on it, brother on it, sister on it, family members. Put everybody on this, man. Let's build CB Kennels. I'm asking y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'm coming with y'all. I come to these videos. I do these videos to help you guys. So you guys help me expand. You know what I'm saying? I love you guys. I know you guys love me, because you guys show me all this support. You guys got me to 30K. I'm much appreciative of that. I'm blessed and highly favored. I love you guys. We're going. I'll catch you guys in the next video. We're going.